Alright guys, so Star Trek Starfleet Academy, come let's away. I think it was what, episode 6? Episode 6. It's come out. I've just watched it, literally just this second. Finished watching it, gathered my thoughts, and I'm going to do a review. I'm going to start off by surprising everyone and actually coming out and saying this wasn't the worst episode yet. In fact, some of this stuff is super dumb, but some of it resembled an actual Star Trek show. I know. Genuinely surprised, actually. Now, overall it was still crap, and had really awful dialogue, and a lot of the dialogue is actually what kills it. Genuinely. Yeah, real bad dialogue. One of the dialogue in a scene was, and I quote, wanked and spanked. Oh, and another one, quote, bureaucratic chlamydia. End quote. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? What are we doing here? What's going on? Awful. Bloody terrible. But the bones of the episode, like what actually happened, you're looking at and you go, oh, well, some of this is a Star Trek episode. So what happened? Again, episode 6, come let's away. They're on a mission. It's part of their training mission. Part of their schooling as Starfleet cadets, as well as the War Academy, is that they've got to do a joint exercise to go to the Miyazaki, and they've got to get the power back online, work together as a team to get the power back online. Right? That is actually quite a cool premise. That's quite an interesting premise, I think. But what actually happens? Well, there's these new things called Furies. Not furries, but Furies. Although, I think it probably did come from furries. Because furries, of course, are humans that like to dress up as animals for sexual gratification. But what a Fury is a human hybrid. So a human blended with other animals. So I see a comparison. I see some likeness. Anyway. So they're apparently there. These Furies are on board the Miyazaki. And they're not happy. They're cannibals, by the way. Just coincidentally, so happen to be cannibals. And they're not interested in what these cadets are up to. They want to hold them hostage and get 50,000 bars of something. Can't remember exactly, but that's their aim, right? And so, what our great grand Arche has to do is call in Noose. I can't remember his full name, but Noose, you know, Paul Giamatti's character that we'd seen a few times now, because apparently he got rid of them at one point. He got rid of the great grand cannibals, right? So they've got to work with him to get rid of them. Now, all of that as actually a rough premise to the episode is actually quite good. But you have him come aboard and go, oh, I'm wanked and spanked. And it's like, what? The dialogue is just so bad. It's so goddamn bad. I don't understand why are we doing this modern day, present day dialectic coming through in Star Trek. It's genuinely terrible. That's all awful stuff. But what also happens is now Betazoids have superpowers. I'm not joking. So Tamira, I think her name was Tamira, or Tamira, are Caleb Mears' love interest that we'd met before. She can do a mind melding where they go to a pocket universe, a special place where they can just chit-chat with one another and no one else can hear it. They're either in her mind or his mind. Who knows? Well, anyway, she can do that now. Not only can she do that, but she can also from that, with great amounts of space between them, connect together, and she can emit a high-pitched frequency that can blow people's heads off. Blow the Furies' heads off, because they're part bat and part other animals. But they're part bat, and that means they're susceptible to auditory frequencies. What are we doing here? What are we doing? She's got superpowers. What's going on? What are we doing? Bloody terrible. So bizarre. So bizarre. Whenever I hear that, so bizarre, I think, how bizarre, the song. Anyway, yeah, genuinely just atrocious. Like, the thing is, could have had a reasonably good episode, but some of that was terrible. Like, that's a dumb subplot. But also, I don't understand, we just spent the whole previous episode with Sam, right? That series acclamation thing, right? And the hologram. Why can she be shot? Remind me again why she can be shot. Why is she allowed to... what? What's going on? Surely they just shine on through her. Woo! Go through. Phaser set to translucent. No? Like, what's going on? Why is she getting shot? How's she allowed to be shot at? Don't understand that. I think that's dumb. Why do the Furies not know that she's a hologram and still sort of threaten her? Like, what? That was dumb. That was lame. Jaden the Klingon is full-blown Gaiden for a war cadet guy. Which is fine, if that's the way you go, but it seems a bit shoehorned in. Yeah, super lame, man. Super lame. Well, anyway, apparently... Noose, Paul Giamatti's character, well, he orchestrated the whole thing for reasons, because he stole something from a research facility elsewhere, but he orchestrated the whole thing, even with his really dumb, awful present day dialectic coming through. So anyway, or vernacular. This was a dumb episode. And it could have been actually something reasonably better. If you didn't have Betazoids suddenly becoming superheroes with superpowers, and you didn't have really, really shitty dialogue, present day dialogue. So there you go. There's my review. Wouldn't recommend it.